sparkle over the river, which moves placidly around the rocks. And on the opposite riverbank are found only the shadows of the savanna, the tops of the trees, the bushes in cozy clusters. Here, each element of nature rests together. The person observing it is also a part of all of it. Geoffrey Kent, CEO of travel company Abercrombie & Kent, takes us on a safari through a life lived pushing the limits of nature and business in this week's Reading for Leading.
I think the magic of a safari is that you never know what's going to happen. So you wake up in the morning and nothing is predestined. When you go to Egypt, you know the pyramids are going to be there. But on a safari, you never know if the lion's going to make a great kill. Is there going to be cheetahs stalking an impala or Tom Thompson's gazelle? There's always something changing. And the evenings and the evenings and mornings are beautiful.
To you, what is the quintessentially successful trip?
The very best thing about a trip is to go to an unusual place, and you have to have a top guide. We have the finest guide, so you've got to learn as much about the country as possible, right? That's the biggest thing. You've got to come back with your life changed, having met the local people, dine in local restaurants, feel as if you've actually, if you go to China, you'll feel like a Chinese. If you go to India, and you feel more like an Indian, but you've got to really feel the country in itself and the traditions of the country.
The importance of it takes two to tango. The visitor has to come prepared.
The visitor has to come with his mind open. Travel teaches us as much about ourselves as it does about the world. It shifts our focus away from the meager challenges of every day and recalibrates our life's vision to something broader and much more significant.
Of all the people that you've taken, which has given you, not who's the greatest, who's the biggest, who's the most famous, who's given you the most satisfaction?
I suppose David Rockefeller. I took David Rockefeller just when I started my business. And I'd read about him in Time magazine. He's on the cover of Time magazine. And said, oh, this is one of the most wealthy and most powerful individuals in the world. And I read it in Nairobi. I said, right, I'm going to find him. And I came, long story, but I came there, finally got him to come on safari with me. And I took him all the way up to northern Kenya, to Lake Turkana. And in the evening, we came back, and the lake was there, and the crocodiles were swimming up and down, all right? Up and down like this. And so I turned to David Rockefeller and said, right, time for a swim. And of course, his aide was horrified. He said, you can't take Mr. Rockefeller for a swim. And of course, he looked at both of us and said, is that safe? And we said, sure. He said, I'm going in. And so he went straight in with us. But he was an amazing man.
When you read, do you read on a tablet, on a Kindle, or do you like the crinkle of the page?
I love the crinkle of the page. And I love photographs. Well, so when I did mine, I love maps and photographs. But I like a nice big book.